Hello, everyone. I'm going to tell you a story of my friend John. John is an attorney. He used to be a solo attorney in Los Angeles. Today, he has a law firm with over 20 people working under him. And this story about his marketing campaigns, how he went from a solo practitioner to being a very successful business owner. John came to me a while ago asking me to help with his marketing campaigns. And the first question I asked John was, do you know every step in your sales funnel? And like most attorneys and most business owners, the answer was no. He had no idea about every step on his sales funnel. And we started analyzing it and painting it on a piece of paper to see what the steps are for his business. As you know, not every lead goes through the sales funnel. So those leads that drop off the sales funnel are considered leaked leads. So the next question I asked John was, where are you leaking leads? Again, he had no idea. To discover where he was leaking leads, we had to analyze the journey that his consumers make to become his customers. And to understand that, we had to outline where does the consumer journey start and where it ends. And it's different for every business. We discovered that there are three parts of a consumer journey. Part number one, how consumers discover your business. Part number two, converting visitors to leads. And part number three is about converting leads to customers or signing up customers. So to make sure that consumers discover John's business, the first thing I did was create pay-per-click campaigns for him on Google and Bing. And it took me a long time to convince him to start bidding on his company name. He was very hesitant to do that. What a lot of businesses don't realize is that when somebody refers a customer to them, one of the first things consumers do is Google them or Bing them. And a lot of times their website doesn't even come up for their own name. So bidding on their name is always a good idea. Over time, we added more relevant keywords that we discovered from his Google Analytics and other competitive intelligence tools. Over time, we ranked John's website organically on search engines. We claimed his Google Plus local profile. We started actively managing his business listings on local directories and review sites. We asked happy customers to leave positive reviews for his business. And we used remarketing banner ads and contextual ads to target those visitors that came to his website but didn't convert. We set up social media profiles on Facebook and Twitter. It also took some convincing, but I convinced John to constantly reply to questions and comment on his social media profile, so it creates engagement. We included a unique phone number on his business cards and other marketing materials like brochures and handouts, and we start tracking how many people actually call the phone number on the business card versus the brochure versus the handout. And it took a lot of convincing to change his website design. He was married to his website and he loved it so much, but eventually I convinced him that it's time to change, time to modernize it. So by completely redoing his website, we saw huge improvement, reduction in the bounce rate, and high improvement in the conversion rate, which of course lowers the cost per customer. His website is now very informative. It talks about the fees that he charges, so people know ahead of time before they contact him. We added a phone number on his website on the very top of it, so it's very easy to get a hold of him. And we created specific landing pages for different campaigns. Facebook, one landing page, and search engines, different landing page. We made sure his new website is mobile optimized and that consumers can click the phone number listed on the website to make a phone call. Believe it or not, a lot of websites are mobile optimized, but you cannot click to call the phone number on the website. You need to add a special HTML code to achieve that. And a lot of people don't like to call, so we offered alternative methods. We listed John's email, we added live chat, we added the ability to do two-way SMS, and we added a web form to his website. All of that produced, of course, more leads from visitors. This is another interesting story that it took me a long time to convince him that every phone call should be answered. He is a busy person. Eventually, he hired a secretary, and I couldn't convince him that secretary should answer every single phone call. So what I did is, at the end of every month, I started sending him a report that showed how many unanswered calls he had and how much those unanswered calls costed him. So when he saw that unanswered calls costing him thousands of dollars every month, he made sure that the secretary answers every single phone call. And he made sure that when secretary is on a break, that somebody else is available to answer those calls. We created a follow-up procedure in his office that every single lead is followed up within 1 hour, and that every email that he receives gets a reply, or every online lead that he receives gets a follow-up within 1 hour. The other shocking thing is, after a couple of years, I asked him a very simple question: do you get voicemail? And he said, probably yes. And we discovered that he has thousands of unread voicemails. And we dedicated another person of his team to just check voicemails and to follow up with these voicemail messages. We upgraded his phone system, so every day he gets a report of missed calls, and he has a process to follow up with those missed calls. And let's talk about converting leads to a customer. When you follow up with somebody, it's very important to make a good impression about your company, because you compete in a marketplace where the impression you make in somebody determines whether they'll sign up with you or they sign up with somebody else. When somebody calls, it's just a phone call. So they might just ask you a couple of questions and hang up. So it's very important to gather contact information when somebody calls. So his secretary now, the first thing she does is she asks them for contact information. His office manager has a duty of listening to all the calls and talking with the people that answer the phone to improve their sales skills, to improve their phone skills, so each call converts to a potential customer. As you know, not all the leads sign up right away. It takes time. Some leads take longer than others. So it's important to follow up with the leads. That's something we discovered with him, is that he had leads from a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago that he never followed up with. And when he assigned a new person to just follow up with old leads, he saw another 20% increase in sales just by following up with people that were not ready to convert before. We sat down with him on a monthly basis and we start analyzing the consumer behavior in every step of his funnel. And we improved and improved and improved every month. We start measuring key performance indicators, such as how many leads per action he got. If he is advertising in a newspaper or he is doing, let's say, an email blast, we would analyze how many leads he would get from that marketing campaign. And not all the leads are equal. We also measured leads versus qualified leads. How many qualified leads he got per campaign, and how many of those qualified leads became sales opportunities. That gave us the number to measure a cost per sales opportunity. And then how many of those sales opportunities turn to paid customers. So we can measure what is the cost of getting a paid customer. As I worked with him for years, we were able to measure lifetime value of the customer, because customers refer other customers, customers come back for other legal issues. So we were able to measure the lifetime value in monetary amounts, which gives us a very good opportunity to see his return on marketing investment. When people say ROI, it can mean different things. It's important to measure return on marketing investment for marketers. See, John's story is not unique. What we did for John, for his marketing campaigns, can be applied to any business. It can be applied to online businesses, to offline businesses. Just measuring the sales funnel and seeing every step and improving on it over time can achieve great results for your business as an affiliate marketer or as a merchant or even as a vendor for your clients. So with that thought, I'll open the floor for questions. If you have questions, we have Mike in the back. Frank can give you mic to ask questions. Please raise your hand if you have questions. No questions? Then thank you very much for coming. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow at the Affiliate Summit. Thank you.